Take a look.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community posts. You already know the vibes. And I'm back at you with your Clash at the Castle review. And I'm kind of thrown off because it's around my way. It's the middle of the afternoon and I'm not really used to doing pay-per-view or premium live event reviews at like 5 something in the afternoon, you know. So this is a definite change of pace, because a lot of times whenever WWE does these Saturday shows in the afternoon, I work, because I work every other weekend, so it always happens to fall on the weekend after work. So this is a nice little change of pace. But with that being said, man, Clash of the Castle takes place in Scotland. Overall fun show, fun crowd, a whole lot happened. There were twists and turns and surprises and special guest referees and people's mothers using naughty language. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. And speaking of mamas, we have AJ Styles taking on Cody Rhodes in an I Quit match for the Undisputed WWE Championship. And like I said, man, Cody's mama was at ringside. You had blood, you had tables and handcuffs and kendo sticks, and Cody's mama using naughty language. She called AJ Styles and one thing I will say about this match, something that I noticed in both this match and the Backlash match, was the crowd. Because like I said, this was in Scotland, and the whole time they were chanting Cody Rhodes. They were chanting AJ's a wanker. They were even chanting for Mama Rose, I think. So that was pretty funny. Same way they did in Paris for AJ Styles. But you know, international crowds are way better than American crowds. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there was a small part of me that thought that this match really could go either way. I was kind of expecting Cody to win, but if AJ would have somehow pulled out the victory, I wouldn't have been surprised, especially with Cody's mom being at ringside. AJ would do something with Cody's mom, and then it would force Cody to say I quit. But that really wasn't really the case, man. Like I said, you had AJ handcuffing Cody, hitting with kendo sticks, AJ beating Cody with a belt. Cody got brain busted through the announce table. AJ got hit in the face with a chair and put through a table, so that was a pretty funny spot. But ultimately, it was Cody going into berserker mode, man. He was going off. He had handcuffed AJ Styles to the ring, and he was about to straight up send this man to the upper room, because Cody had the steel steps hanging above his head. He was about to smash AJ Styles to bits, and AJ just said, I quit, man, I quit, stop playing, I quit. And that's how the match ended, with Cody retaining his title. And as he's celebrating, you see Solo Sikoa come out, and he comes out and he's looking at Cody, and Cody's looking at Solo, and Solo's looking at Cody. And then they start fighting, and then the bloodline comes out, and they're putting the beat down on Cody Rhodes. And then you have the return of Randy Orton. Actually, Randy Orton made his return on SmackDown last night, but he's here at Clash of the Castle, him and Kevin Owens. They're fighting off the bloodline, they're helping out Cody. And then there was even one moment where you had Randy kind of looking at the WWE Championship. So that might be something to keep an eye on, because it looks like both Randy and Solo have their eyes on that WWE Championship. So after this, you had the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. You had Jade, Cargill, and Bianca Belair defending their titles against Alba, Fyre, and Isla, the hometown girls, as well as Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. And for the most part, man, up until a certain point in the match was going really fine. The crowd, of course, is up for Alba, Fyre, and Isla Dawn, and it was really cool to actually see them actually do stuff in a match. Like the last time, like we really saw the Unholy Union actually do something was when they got called up from NXT, and they were the NXT Tag Team Champions, and they lost to Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, and they did a whole bunch of nothing for a whole entire year. So it's good to, see them out there doing their thing. The crowd's really up for them because they're the hometown girls, like I said. And then there was a point in the match where, Bianca got the hot tag for Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill was going in to do that springboard she does, but unfortunately she slipped. Of course the internet is weird about this type of stuff, but these things happen whether you're a rookie, whether you're a vet, man. Botches happen. They're accidents. Like, you slip up at your job all the time. I slip up at my job all the time. It happens. Move on. Stop being weird. Get over it. But to Jade Cargill's credit, she was able to recover for the most part. And Bianca and Jade did that cool double team tag move they did to, I think it was Shayna Baszler. And then Isla popped up out of nowhere and got the cover. And we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And honestly, I wasn't expecting this at all, right? I was only expecting one Scottish person to win a championship, and it wasn't this team, right? So I totally got this pick wrong. I think a lot of people got this pick wrong, and that's okay. Sometimes it's cool to, be surprised with some unexpected happenings in a wrestling match, because, that's kind of the point. But we do have new women's tag team champions, so. And then after the match, you see them celebrating with their family. And this was something I just learned today, that Alba Fyre's mother passed away in a car accident, I think, a few days ago. So, prayers up for Alba Fyre and her family, of course, during this time of grief. And this isn't going to bring her mother back, but this is pretty cool. A cool moment to, kind of, I don't know how to say this, but kind of, put a little band-aid over that pain I know she's feeling right now. So, very cool moment for Alba Fyre and Isla, our new tag team champions. So after this, we have the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Sami Zayn defending his title against Chad Gable, who, breaking news, is re-signed with WWE. So he's in it for the long run. He's in it to win it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of expecting Chad Gable to walk out with the Intercontinental Championship. However, that wasn't the case. You had the Alpha Academy out there. Tozawa wasn't there for some reason. I don't know what was going on with Tozawa. I don't know why he wasn't out there. But you still had Otis and Maxine out there. Kind of sort of showing their support to Chad, because he's kind of like Joe Jacksoning them to do so. So yeah, even though he had Sami Zayn kind of trying to be the voice of reason, that didn't really work out too well. Outside of the shenanigans, you did have a good match between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn, because it's Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. Well, what else are you expecting? And there were spots where it looked like Maxine was hurt even more, because she was out there walking with the walking boot. She had an ankle injury, and Otis looked like he was about to go in berserker mode with either Sami Zayn or Chad Gable, because he's very protective over Maxine, because that's his friend. And Otis is a very good friend, whether you deserve it or not. Chad Gable, we're looking at you, buddy. But Chad, he's trying to get the Alpha Academy to cheat on his behalf, and they're not doing it. He's trying to get Otis to beat up Sami Zayn while the referee's not looking. He's not doing it. And Chad Gable is just getting more and more upset. All this is happening while the crowd is singing Sami, Sami Zayn, Sami, Sami Zayn, like that. And there was even one spot where it looked like Otis was going to break through and break the change and whoop Chad Gable's ass, but that didn't happen, And then there was distractions, and Sami Zayn ended up getting the win with a Humuva kick as Otis was carrying Maxine back to the back. It looked like they were kind of leaving Chad Gable high and dry, and Sami Zayn ended up retaining his championship. So that just leaves more intrigue into what's happening with the Alpha Academy. It's making you want to tune into Monday Night Raw to see how Chad Gable snaps, because after the match you saw Chad Gable look like he's about to turn into Homelander just by the look on his face. Like, this dude could have murdered somebody and got away with it if he really wanted to. So we'll see what happens this Monday night on Raw. So after this, you have Bayley, who's her birthday. Happy birthday, Bayley, defending her championship against Piper and Niven, another hometown. And this match was more split. You had the tag team match. The crowd was going more for Isla and Alba Fyre. This match was more split, because you had some people cheering for Bayley, some people cheering for Piper and Niven. You had people cheering doing the Bayley song where they go, "Hey, Bayley." They were doing that. And then eventually they turned around and started cheering for Piper. So it was more split. It was pretty even. They were cheering for both women. And Bayley got the win. She's awesome. It's her birthday. Happy birthday to her. But the true MVP of this match was someone that wasn't in the match at all. It was Chelsea Green, because she is just hilarious. She's on the outside, just being Chelsea Green. there was one point in the match where she got thrown out, and she's like, "What did I do?" They're like, "Get out of here!" And she's like, "I'm sorry." She's trying to apologize her way back into the match, but it doesn't work. And even later, they were saying that this was Chelsea Green, but it was a masked woman that came out. We have no idea who this was. Allegedly, it was Chelsea Green. I don't think it was. There was no proof, but she comes out to try to distract Bayley and distract the referee and help out Piper and Niven, but that didn't work. Like I said, Bayley is still your WWE Women's Champion, and an overall fun match, man. It was real fun. The crowd was into it. The crowd was into both women. The crowd was into everything throughout this whole entire show, so good for them. But now this leads us to our main event. This leads us to the WWE World Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. And you hear a lot of times in wrestling where they say, "Oh, this feels like a home game for this wrestler because it's in their home city, their hometown, their home country." This truly felt like a hometown win, or a hometown match for Drew McIntyre, because that's who everyone's here to see. That's who the people pay to see. They pay to see Drew McIntyre and hopefully win the World Heavyweight Championship back. Did he do it? Let's talk about it. So the match kicks off, you have Drew coming out, you have the people playing the bagpipes for Drew, Damian Priest is getting booed out of the building, Damian and Drew are having like, "I'm taller than you" off. They're going back and forth, Drew's in Damian's face and vice versa, and there's really laying into each other, beating each other like they owe each other money. Drew did an over the top rope plancha onto Damian Priest. And then you had Damian Priest try to do it. And normally what Damian Priest does is he does a little step up where he steps off over the rope before he does his dive. And that's what he was going for on this occasion, but his foot got caught. And it looked really gnarly for Damian Priest because he was hanging upside down from his leg. And it's like, oh, I don't think that was supposed to happen. And Drew, he was kind of quick with it. He started, punching on Damian Priest. And he's asking the ref, like, "Yo, how can I beat him when he's hung up like this?" So eventually Damian Priest gets unhung from the top rope. And you can tell Damian's hurting because he's limping around the ring. To his credit, man, he thugged it out. He powered through the match. I don't know how much damage is done to Damian Priest's leg. Hopefully he's okay. I know he's messed up and I know his legs is messed up, but no, hopefully he's okay enough to where he doesn't have to give up the championship, especially the way this match ended. So, you have Damian Priest hitting Razor's Edges on Drew. Drew's hitting Claymores on Damian. They're kicking out of each other's finishing moves like it's 2002 SmackDown. And it wouldn't be a WWE Championship match without a ref bump. And shout out to the referee because the way he bumped was hilarious, because he got bumped from the apron to the barricade and he just looked like he was flopping around like a video game. So then, Drew hits the Claymore and the crowd's counting 1, 2, 3. They count out, I think, all the way up to like 13. That's how long Drew had Damian beat. And then you have a referee come out and he's counting 1 and he's counting 2, and as he's going for the 3, I happen to know this man's shoes, and I'm like, I know who I think it is. And as he's going for the 3, he stands up, and my suspicion was right, because it's none other than CM Punk, and the crowd is booing. They're like, "Ah, fuck you, Punk." Yeah, people throwing up the middle fingers. Drew was all up in Punk's face, and Punk kicks Drew in the dingling. And Damian has no idea any of this is going on. Damian Priest hits Drew McIntyre with a South of Heaven chokeslam, gets the 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest retains. I just knew that Drew McIntyre was going to win because he got screwed the last time they had Clash at the Castle. So I knew, man, they had to do Drew McIntyre right. Wrong. And now that I really think about it, it kind of does make sense to have Damian Priest retain and hold his championship up to, I'm assuming, SummerSlam, where he's going to face Gunther. Because it wouldn't really make sense to have Damian Priest lose to Drew go to SummerSlam, get this championship run, and then end up losing to Gunther. It would kind of make more sense for Gunther to beat Damian Priest and end his little title reign and begin the summer of the ring. Get along, Gunther. So that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. So yeah, man, once again, CM Punk screwed Drew McIntyre. And CM Punk he's making a play for being hater of the year, because this man flew all the way to Scotland to screw Drew McIntyre out of his moment once again. But with that being said, guys, what did you think of Clash at the Castle? Did you enjoy the matches? Are you cool with the international crowd cheering and having fun and carrying on? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Peace. I'm out. Peace.